is Rich Keefe. It's the Dork Podcast. And Davey. It's the Dork Podcast. Hashtag. It's the hashtag Dork Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Hashtag Dork. My name is Rich Keefe, joined as always by Davey Eyeballs. He is Rick Rude Von Dick Dude. All hail the King of Ginger Ale. It's Ryan Davey. Davey, how are you?
I'm fucking tired, man. I'm kidding. I'm not doing it again. I won't do it to you.
You old so-and-so.
I know. I got you. I got you so good, you fucker.
Oh, God. Hey, let me start out by saying this isn't a shit I have bought this because I know I should have bought this. It was long overdue. I got myself a new computer.
You look fantastic right now.
So that's what it was. It wasn't like my connection. It was like my fucking computer was old as shit. I look amazing. I look amazing. Well, I mean, as good as I can look.
Yeah. I look somehow like really smooth right now. I don't know how I'm doing that, but
I don't know. It's fucking some kind of filter you got going and it's working for you.
See. Wait, hang on.
I got a tech question for you and for the listener though.
That's better. Now you can see all my ruddiness and splotchy skin.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, hit me.
I got a problem though.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of an issue. And so it's an iMac, right? It's a new iMac, and
that must have killed you to actually you probably got like physically ill making that purchase.
It's a lot. I put $1 a day aside for
you could write it off
a lot of days. I guess I technically probably could
because they're the ones who are writing it off.
You don't even know what that means. So the back of it, this is gonna make me sound like an old man. So the back of it now has 2 USB-C ports, and that's it.
Yep.
So I went to that's all it has on the back. There's nothing else. So I'm thinking of all the things I have to like wrangle up to it. I'm like, oh, that's not a lot. So I went to Best Buy today, and I bought one of these.
Sure thing. Yep.
But the fucking so this thing looked like it was gonna be the cat's ass because this thing had an HDMI for my second screen. It has I think a USB, like the traditional one. It had a couple of those. Also has a fucking Ethernet cord.
Sure.
I go to plug it in and it fucking doesn't work. The Ethernet doesn't work. So I'm like, am I missing something in between this or
no? It's sometimes it depends on so sometimes like what you have to do with like newer Macs is you actually have to like plug it in and then turn the Wi-Fi off.
Oh.
Okay. You have to like physically manually like turn the Wi-Fi off and then
I did that. I plugged it, so do that before. I'll fuck around with it after. But you think this might work?
I think it might work. Yeah.
Okay.
But it also depends.
Christ's sake.
At it, but it has to depend on like the connection to connect. If do you have an Ethernet cable? It was connected to like your old one too.
Yeah. So my old iMac, which is probably like a 2015.
Yeah.
That had its own Ethernet port, and I just clicked
right.
it.
And so like those transfer ports and like those things have since been updated too, so they're actually faster. So like the Ethernet cord you could be using could be too slow because they have like different transfer rates. So
yeah, could be.
Not to get too technical into the whole thing and this gobbledygook, but
it's not the nerd podcast. It's not the Geek Squad podcast. It's the Dork podcast. But I just want to pass that along. I am super psyched about this because so what happened, a little peek behind the curtain here. People, some may care, some may not. I was recording on my iMac for a while. And then remember like a couple months ago, you're like, Jesus, like you're glitching like a lot.
Yes.
Like, more than normal.
It happened last week too.
And so I started using my MacBook.
Correct.
I'm like a goddamn Apple store in here. So I started using my MacBook and I'm like, that's okay. Like that can get me through. But like, I think it's more the machine itself. And so
you're humming right now.
And then I'm on Wi-Fi is the thing. I thought it would be slow because I'm not hooked up to the internet, but I'm doing all right.
You're humming.
Dude, this has never looked so clear. This is
my God, look at us. We might have turned the corner. 10 years into this, we might have actually turned the corner technology wise.
We finally figured it out.
Yeah.
Today's that day. Well, I'm very excited. Very excited for today. We have a lot of good stuff to get to because it's all sort of a This Week in Dork. Let's just dive balls deep into.
You all ready for biz?
Ryan, the topic du jour.
Let's ride.
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's the topic of the day, and today it is the 2025 Netflix Tudum.
Stupid fucking name.
Pretty stupid. I remember you were the one, I think, like 2 or 3 years ago to tell me what it was. So today I get to feel like the big brain on the radio show because I was like, I'm talking about Tudum, and like Jones and Nick were like, I didn't know what this was. They're like, you wrote this in. He's like, I didn't know what that sound was. I didn't know how to pronounce that. I didn't know what the fuck anybody was talking about.
I always thought it was Tudum, not Tudum.
Tudum.
But also that's like you said. I mean, this has been going on for like 3 or 4 years now, and this is the first time that they've streamed it, which seems stupid.
Yeah, like it was right there for you.
Yeah, like they've held this event, but have never streamed it.
Yeah, it's like all right. Big red carpet. They had Lady Gaga there.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Playing a shit song. That song sucked too.
I didn't even hear it. She got a new album out though, right? Is that the thing?
Great. Good for her.
All right. Well, I got a series of things. I have a series of TV shows and movies that are on the horizon for Netflix. Let's start with, in just a couple of short weeks, Squid Game Season 3, also known as the final season of Squid Game. Of course, Season 1 we loved. Season 2, did we end up doing a full review of Season 2?
We did, and we kind of talked about maybe we didn't. I know we talked about it though, because I was so shocked that I didn't know that it was like the first half of like the first.
Well, no, that was Season 2.
That's what I'm saying. Like we did Squid Game Season 1, but I don't think we ever did Squid Game Season 2, but we talked about it, how like we were gonna wait until it was all done, because it feels like Season 2 was like Season 2 Part 1, and then like Season 3 is like Season 2 Part 2. Because it ends like right in the middle of something. Yeah.
I also think this trailer kind of gave away quite a bit. A lot of it. Too much. And I mean, maybe they're kind of okey doking us a little bit, but I was like, as I was watching the trailer, I'm like, okay, you can cut it off there. Like, I feel like you're either gonna watch it or you're not. Like, the trailer shouldn't sell you on Season 3 of Squid Game.
Right.
But it's a good show.
I mean, it looks good. Like, I mean, hopefully, it gives you a little bit more than Season 2 did.
Do you think the main character of Squid Game, player 456, 456? Yeah. Do you think he survives the show?
No.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Dude, Season 2, not for people that haven't watched it, I do recommend it. And I'll just say, I mean, it's no surprise, but bloodbath.
Oh my God.
What a bloodbath. The way it popped off there in the finale, it's like
how they say the shit really hits the fan.
Yeah,
at the end of that,
it went nuts.
Yeah,
it went nuts. So I am looking forward to Squid Game Season 3. That'll be a part of our next episode as well when we preview summer TV shows. That'll be one of them that's on there. How about Wake Up Dead, man? A Knives Out mystery, December 12th, the 3rd, and I guess the Knives Out trilogy, although there's no saying there can't be more of these bad boys.
No.
Benoit Blanc.
I do love Benoit Blanc. This looks like an old-timey Southern thing that they're doing here.
Yeah, and it was like, what they say at the end of it? It was like, Knives Out, like, cometh to thee. Like,
cometh to thee, yeah. It's like some weird, it looks like it's Louisiana, some sort of like swamp thing.
Yes. Yeah. Does it say where it is? But yeah, I think you're right. All right, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna make a fourth one or not. However, the cast, which has been out there for a little while, has clearly Daniel Craig back as Benoit Blanc. And then the new cast includes Josh O'Connor, who's going to play a priest, Glenn Close, who you and I went to high school with her nephew. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we did.
Good to know.
Yeah. He looked kind of like her.
You have to tell me off air who that is. I
remember. Not an athlete.
I wouldn't know him then.
Leave it at that.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin, also a priest.
Yeah.
Mila Kunis is going to play a police chief.
Okay.
Jeremy Renner is playing a doctor.
Okay.
Dr. Nat Sharp.
Okay.
That's a good name. Kerry Washington's going to be in this.
I think the character names are what drew me into this. There's some like there's two Dravens in there.
Yeah. So Kerry Washington is Vera Draven, and then Daryl McCormick is Cy Draven.
Ooh.
Kaylee Spinney, she's in like a ton of stuff. She's going to be in this. Thomas Hayden Church. I mean, it's a wild cast. They always are.
A good ensemble.
I didn't like the last one, though, I'll be honest. The Glass Onion.
I love that part, though, where he, like, Edward Norton thinks he's like the shit, and he just like, can I go? And then he just, like, rips apart the whole thing.
Yeah. I do like that. All right, so Knives Out comes out 12/12. So you got to wait till December 12th.
That's okay.
6 months out.
Yeah.
Right, maybe the biggest news of the Tudum was the layout for the Stranger Things. So Stranger Things season 5, aka the final season of Stranger Things, is going to be released in 3 parts. Volume 1, November 26th, Volume 2 on Christmas, and the finale on New Year's Eve.
Are these kids are they in college now? Are they in college yet?
They're older kids.
They look real. They cat them on stage. They look real old.
Their kids have kids.
Yeah.
How old a man do you think Finn Wolfhard is?
He's got to be what, 22, 23?
22. 22.
Yeah.
Not terrible, actually. If they do like a little bit of a time jump,
right? Yeah, a little bit of a time, a couple years. They're in college.
And then he plays it a little bit young. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Like Millie Bobby Brown's got to be similar age, right? Millie.
Well, they were probably like 19, 20 when they filmed it, right?
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown's 21. So, yeah. All right. Somebody had a good tweet today, though. They were like, early look at Stranger Things season 5, and it was a shot of Wet Hot American Summer.
That was me.
It wasn't you.
It's on my story on the Instagram.
You tweeted that?
I tweeted. It was on my Instagram story.
Oh. Wait, you retweeted it, or that was your?
Oh, I did not post that. No, I retweeted. I reposted it. Yeah,
I was like,
I didn't come up with that. If I would be a viral sensation had I done that.
That was like David Spade at Dana Carvey's podcast. They were talking about, I think, David Spade's like daughter's boyfriend or whatever, and she was saying like how funny he is or whatever. Like his daughter's like saying how funny the boyfriend is, and he's like, okay, and then he's like, he like sends me all these like memes, and he's like. So he created these? Like, well, no, he didn't create them. And he's like, well,
he's not funny. He knows someone who's funny, or
he recognizes what is funny. I don't know if he necessarily, but like, all right, I'll take it. But I'm all in on Stranger Things. I can't wait to see how it ends. I've liked every single season of this. I think it is weird. Like, we're gonna at least be in the 90s, which should be pretty cool.
Yep.
You know, how they play into that. I'm curious what song they make, like put back on the charts, like they did with that Kate Bush song in the last season.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do something because it's been there's been a couple songs that they've made a jump.
Yeah, I wonder who will it be, like Faith No More or
like, oh god, I hope so. I love that song. Epic.
It'd be a good band to bring back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, any predictions for Stranger Things?
A lot of death, a lot of people dying, and we're gonna say goodbye to a lot of people in these seasons.
You know, they all meant a lot to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that had been a knock on Stranger Things, is that they don't kill enough characters.
Well, now they're adults, so like I don't think people will feel bad. I don't know if Steve's making it out of this one.
Fuck, I love Steve.
I know. I don't think he's making it out though.
We could do Stranger Things character power rankings.
Yeah,
Death pool power rankings with tiers. We could even tier the.
We can tier them.
These characters.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, they get rid of the Kate. Bagel said it won't be a Kate Bush, it'll just be Bush.
It's just Bush.
Everything's in.
Machine Head. Yeah, I do like
Machine Head's their best song.
Yeah, it might be. It's just a good band.
Wasn't a fan of Glycerine. I know people like that song. I was never a fan of that song.
Slow. Yeah. It's like but that one I feel like got the most playtime, similar to like some of the Soundgarden songs that got the most play weren't really their best songs.
No.
But alas, here we are. So anyway, yeah, I'm all jazzed up for that. Do you have any opinion on the release schedule this way?
No, I think I like being able to. They're almost doing like a Fear Street thing. I like being able to kind of, because how many? It's like 2 or 3 in each.
It's probably not many, but I bet they're pretty long.
Yeah, I bet they're long, and I bet they're like you need a minute to kind of like and then jump back into it again.
Yeah,
but like the turnaround of like volume 2 and the finale. So the finale is like a one long thing. It's like an hour and a half thing, right?
Yeah.
So going from like with like Christmas to New Year's, it's only a week. So
yeah, true.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people are gonna like watch it on New Year's Eve. I mean,
New Year's Eve is the most overrated holiday in the world.
How dare you? It's my wedding anniversary.
I know it's your, but that's the thing. Like you did it, you
because it was like
you had to put your wedding anniversary on it so you would have something to do. Like New Year's Eve sucks. Like I'm over it.
Yeah. All right. Well, looks like I'm watching the Stranger Things finale then.
So am I.
Is where that's going.
Yeah.
So do we do an episode of the podcast after each like
I think so.
Volume? Probably. Yeah. I bet there's gonna be a lot to digest.
Yes.
That sounds good.
So I think that sounds appropriate.
Yeah, Matthew in the chat is right. Steve was in the running for the Biggest Loser turned winner or something like that. Meaning, I'm not sure there's a character like him. I would equate him to Jaron Duran from the Red Sox 2020, like 3 to 4.
Yeah,
where you're like, get this guy off the team into like he's the best player on the team. I love this guy. Like,
it's a great face turn. Did they call it wrestling face turn face?
He turned face.
White meat baby face.
White meat. Yeah, he was a shit heel, and then he turned into a white meat baby face. Oh, speaking of, I think Money in the Bank is this weekend.
Oh, did you see that guy? Like our friend Bessie posted that guy. What's his like something invincible that he sent us? Like,
oh, did you see he had the fucking Money in the Bank briefcase?
No, I saw that. But like, did you see like the guy? Like it's like Tommy Invincible or something like that. This guy who's like trying to be a wrestler. Oh my god! Like you have to check this dude out. He's like one of the indie thing, but he's like he.
Dude, I saw.
He does like that stupid thing. He's like, "What's up?" He's like, "What's up, everybody?" It's Tom. He does like these like hand things like all the time.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's so dumb. And he just comes out and yelling like "invincible," like that's like his thing.
Not bad. I mean, if you can back that up, if it's true,
he's not. He gets beat up a lot.
That's like the Tim Robinson character, the wrestler. Remember that one?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Crap my pants.
He's going out there talking shit. He's gonna win. I just nope.
I tell you. I'm gonna defeat you. How'd it go? Got beat. He told me he's gonna make me crap my pants. It's just a thing. It's not like it's just a game.
Yep. And it did.
And I crap my pants.
What was the other one?
Jumping Jeff Farmer.
Oh no, I saw some indie guy, I think it was this weekend, try to like jump over the ropes to the outside, and the guy like got out of the way, and he like landed. He did like the thing where he like landed on like the back of his head, and like his legs come like over.
Oh, Scorpion.
The mess, dude. Real bad.
Full Scorp.
Real bad scene.
Yeah.
Never want to go full Scorp.
No, you don't.
So
done it a couple times myself. Would not recommend.
It's like your back and neck. The whole thing's absolutely fucked.
Fucked.
Wednesday's getting to season 2. That's just around the corner. They released the first 6 minutes. I chose not to watch it because I was like, I'll just watch it when it comes out.
Right. I didn't watch. I was going to ask you, did you watch this live? And so the answer is no.
I didn't watch this live. I watched. I just ripped the trailers that came out after the fact and made sure I didn't miss anything. But I watched all of these trailers that we're talking about, with the exception of the Wednesday thing, because they decided to post the first 6 minutes of the show.
Right. I watched like the first minute of the first 6 minutes. I was like, okay, that's enough for me, and I just like moved along.
Well, season 1 was a delight. So
it's great. Yeah.
Now, did you watch season 1 of One Piece?
No. My daughter is a big fan of the actual like animated show.
Okay.
So she's telling me, I mean, she's 11. I mean, she's telling me that like it's bad. I'm like, what do you mean it's bad? You haven't even watched it yet. She's like, yeah, but all my friends say it's bad. Like you shouldn't watch it. I was like, I might watch it anyway. Fuck you. What do you know?
I might give it a go. I might give it a rip.
You don't know my schedule.
Yeah. I might be into that.
I heard it's nuts.
It's supposed to be nuts. No spoilers though. It's supposed to come out 2026 for One Piece. All right, I'm very curious. Your thoughts on the Frankenstein trailer. This comes out in November. This is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Oscar Isaac as Dr. Frankenstein. Jacob Elordi as the monster.
Mm-hmm.
Mia Goth also in the movie. What do you think?
As Frankenstein's chick.
Yeah, Mia Goth.
I think this looks good. I'm actually excited about it. This has been kind of because there's another Frankenstein movie coming out too, right?
I think Maggie Gyllenhaal is doing the Bride of Frankenstein movie.
Yeah. But this, I love everything Guillermo del Toro does. Mm-hmm. So this is very much, if you look at some of the character stuff that's going on in this trailer, it actually looks really cool.
I love it.
I do. And I think this is going to be good, but it's not going to be for everybody. Oh, by the way, I watched Nosferatu.
Yeah, me too.
It was good. I thought it like picked up towards the end.
Here's the thing. I think I like the idea of Robert Eggers more than I like Robert Eggers.
Correct. I think it's like it, and again, great to look at, but shit, I was kind of bored for the first hour.
Visually stunning. Is what you said about all of his movies.
But I was bored for the first hour of that movie.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I thought it was sort of. I mean, I watched a lot of horror movies last year. It was probably middle of the pack, upper middle. Like,
it insists upon itself.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means, but yeah,
that was that Godfather.
Yeah, shallow and pedantic. Yeah, it insists upon itself.
I thought Frankenstein looked awesome, and I think the casting is great. I think Oscar Isaac is going to be an awesome like mad scientist. He was, and then Guillermo del Toro is the perfect guy to do this movie. And then when you throw in limp microphone over here, Jacob Elordi or whatever is like everybody's favorite like heartthrob, and then him playing Monster Suite.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So he was in the running to be Superman, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Should have been.
You think so?
I think he would have been a good Superman. Yeah,
I think so too.
You ever watched Euphoria? Never did you?
No, I'm out. Like, here's the thing about me is I spend most of my days with teenagers. I don't need that.
Yeah,
I don't need any more teenage drama. I don't know what it is. Is
they're all they're all in their 20s, I think, on this show. But I get
but it's
I know.
You get my point. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if it's my round face or high cheekbones, but like kids tell me things, and I'm like, I don't need to know that.
Keep that to yourself. You keep that to yourself.
That's right.
I don't need to have secrets. Don't tell anybody what you just told me.
Yeah, don't tell anyone.
I wonder though if this could, and I don't know if they're even trying to do this, but could this kickstart the Monsterverse? Because I don't think this is in its. I believe this is its own thing.
Could you imagine?
Yes.
A Guillermo del Toro Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Yes, I could. Now,
yes, you could.
I could,
because he'd be good at that.
Aren't they doing Creature of the Black Lagoon? But I think isn't James Wan doing it?
Which,
yeah, I know. I'd rather Guillermo del Toro too.
Well, I was reading that Mike Flanagan's doing a Dark Tower series.
Oh,
and he's planning it for 5 seasons.
Oh,
in a movie.
Isn't he also doing Clayface?
Yes.
He's a busy guy. He's awesome.
A busy dude. And that's what, if anyone could do that, like, again, I read the Dark Tower when I was way too, I think it was like 13 or 14. And it was like 1,000 pages, like the biggest, still to this day, like the longest book I've ever read. And it needs 5 seasons. Like, think of like The Last of Us needs like 4 seasons. Like the Dark Tower needs at least 5 seasons.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably also need a, like we could do like a Mike Flanagan episode. Christoph Waltz also in Frankenstein.
Yeah. I wonder who's he in this movie?
Harlander.
There's no Igor. Who plays Igor?
Yeah, I don't see an Igor in the cast.
You know what I love about this Frankenstein though? And like, it was one of those things that I really liked in the trailer was you see him in like a lab with like a bunch of dead bodies. Like he's been trying this for and some of them are not successful.
He did not hit on that first go.
No,
I guess. Yeah. You know, he really runs the range there too. Like he's in quite a state in the in the trailer alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that. So that'll be a standalone episode. They just said sometime in November. They didn't have an actual release date for whatever reason, but it's in November. Coming out July 25th, Happy Gilmore 2.
You know, sometimes I wish that I was like 14 again.
Yeah.
Or 13 or 14 again.
Oh, I like do all the time.
I thought like I would get really excited for this. I'm like, ugh. It just seems like a lot of like, oh, look, you got Out My Balls, like from Idiocracy.
Yeah.
Like the #1 show on TV is just like Ow My Balls.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. But I do like Boban as like the new really big guy, like the son of the.
Yeah. Boban.
Yeah.
Kick some ass. So you have Julie Bowen's back, throwing heat as she does. Looks better than she did 30 years ago.
That's right.
Shooter McGavin from my Hobart College. He's back. Kevin Nealon's back. Ben Stiller's back.
But like, yeah, he's back as Hal.
Yeah. Eric Andre is going to be in the film.
I saw Becky Lynch briefly.
Yeah, Becky Lynch is in there. Yeah.
Yep.
Nick Swardson, Margaret Qualley,
Bad Bunny.
A ton of like real life golfers, which is different than the other movie.
Well, I think like oddly, I think a lot of like the success of golf, like Tiger Woods for sure, and like but like Like a lot of people like us never would have gone to a driving range had I not seen Happy Gilmore.
It's true. More impactful on golf, Happy Gilmore or Tiger Woods?
Probably Tiger Woods, but I'm gonna say that it didn't.
But
Happy Gilmore helped golf. Like, think of every dude who's on the PGA Tour now, who's in his 40s. Like, probably saw Happy Gilmore and be like, that looks so super fun. Like, I want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, to have a cool golf movie,
like a fun, that's not Caddyshack.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah, you did have Caddyshack, but that was what, 15 years later or whatever. Right. It was like a newer generation.
Right. I think Caddyshack was like 79 or 80, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Here's my concern though, is the comedy sequel is tough enough to thread. The comedy sequel after 20-30 years is nearly impossible.
But it's also like the trailer, there's like a lot of like rehashed jokes.
Yeah.
Which I hate. Like, I'm not a fan of that.
It's like, so how many? It's a tough thing to do because you're like, all right, people like the sequel, so they want that stuff. It's like, well, do they? And then it's like, how much do? You can't ignore the stuff that was funny before, right. But you do need new jokes.
But I also thought it was odd that like Happy in the beginning of the trailer, like they cut him off before he can say eat a bag of dicks, but he does say eats pieces of shit for breakfast in the trailer. Like, you can say shit, but you can't say dicks.
I think you could say dicks, but I think the idea of eating the dicks is where, that might run into some problems.
That's strange.
The director of this movie is Kyle Newacek, who is one of the 4 co-founders of Workaholics. Remember the show Workaholics?
Yes.
So there was like the 3 main guys that were all on the show, but then there was Carl, who was like a regular. He was like their 4th friend. That's
the guy who had like the crossed eye.
Yeah, that's Carl. Yeah. He's Carl.
Oh, he's directing it?
He's directing this movie, yeah.
If you told me Jorma Taccone was directing this, I'd be like, okay, this is going to be good.
Yeah, this is more of a, I don't know. The Workaholics guys, they had a movie that was terrible.
Game Over Man?
Yeah, he directed that too.
That stunk.
He directed Game Over Man. He also directed Murder Mystery, which is where I assume he met Sandler.
Yeah.
If they didn't know each other before. And then this is just his 3rd movie that he's directed. Yeah, Lonely Island guys, he'd feel a lot better than. I have low expectations though, which is fine.
0 expectations. But it'll be a surprise.
So if it goes in and then we have a good time, then we have a good time. Speaking of surprises, this is probably already announced. I didn't know about this. These 2 gentlemen were there at the Tudum. They walked out and they announced their upcoming film called The Rip.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Matt Damon looked like in incredible shape.
Well, isn't he in Odyssey? He's probably got to be in.
He's got to be in like good shape for that. But he's got the beard and everything.
Yeah,
got his Odysseus on. Love that.
But these 2 gentlemen are going to be in a crime thriller where I think they play like Miami cops.
They're cops, yeah, and they're like So reading the description, they're like cops who like come upon like a huge sum of money.
Yeah,
and they're trying to split it up between cops, and it goes south. Hence the rip. Like that's your take is like your rip.
Got it.
Yeah.
Stephen Yeun and Kyle Chandler also in this.
Which I'm
in on that.
You had me.
Yep. But this is coming right to Netflix. Just as an overall like movie fan philosophy for a second, do you like big time actors and actresses making direct to streaming movies, or do you care, or like do you think they should go to the theater first?
I think both. I think you need theaters. I don't think theaters will ever not exist, but like things like The Odyssey, things like superhero movies, things like King Kong, like monster movies, I think those are meant for larger formats. However, like I think COVID has shown us that like we don't need huge theaters, and like people like you and like people like DJ and people like whatever like have home theaters in their home. Like you can get something comparable.
Yeah.
But I don't. There is something about going to see it in a, outside of your house. But like I do think that you can scale things down, and I think budget wise, like I think it keeps it smaller. Well,
also like these streaming services that everybody's paying for, and they keep upping their price, and it's like, all right, would their price go down if they stop making these big movies, or would like they lose a lot of subscriptions if they stop making movies, right? Like they've cut these deals with like guys like Sandler and whatever, so they need to make a lot of stuff. And so like the fact that Happy Gilmore 2 I can just watch at home some weekend this summer, I love, because I
wouldn't pay
really
$20 to go see that.
I wouldn't want to.
But also, like, I do sometimes lament the fact that like Netflix was meant to replace like video stores.
Yeah.
And so it was movies that had done their theatrical run and then they come on Netflix. Like that was the point of them. And now they're kind of overthrowing the theater things.
Dude, I was thinking about this the other day and I got a little sad. I was like, one of my favorite memories, like a lot of people our age and listen to this, was like going to Blockbuster or Total Video or Home Vision Video or whatever version you had.
West Coast Video,
and whether it was like a bunch of dudes or whether it was the lady it was in your life or the man in your life, whatever it might have been, and just like the idea of going there, looking up and down the aisles, what was new, what haven't I seen, what do I want to get? Hey, I'll get a movie, you get a movie, then we'll go back and watch both movies. There was something about that like that was like the best. There was nothing better than going down there like picking out a movie. Whereas now I have the option of 20,000 right, like with all the streaming service, just sitting on the couch but scrolling through with your fucking dumb clicker and like trying to find a movie
and not agreeing on anything
and then
other
not
than
anything. Yeah,
you pop in a VHS version of the Thomas Crown Affair and you just gene jam the whole time. I've still to this day have not seen that movie, just gene jamming.
Yeah, I was like, they were like, before there was Netflix and chill, there was cinema and fingering. Like, Jesus Christ.
Touching butts.
God damn, that's graphic.
Just chafing, watching the Thomas Crown Affair.
Yeah, just rub it up and down, huh?
Yeah, that's the one that's for some reason that movie stuck out.
That stuck out to you.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Dry humping to the Thomas Crown Affair.
That's right. Pierce Brosnan and Rene Russo.
I don't know the plot. I don't know if they got away
I knew
with
he
it
was like an art thief, and there was like the thing with like the hat and the apple. Like I came in at the end. Well, forgive my phrasing.
Too much fucking shit on me. I can't breathe.
Meaning that my attention came back to the film.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But yeah, it's a simpler time. You know, kids today are gonna have to come up with something else.
No, they're all showing their privates on Snapchat now. No one does anything anymore.
That is fucked.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
So yeah, the excitement ride home after like renting a new video game. True, like that. I think is the reason why I'm serious. Like every time I sit down to play a new video game, have to pee.
You gotta go take a rip
I have
a
to
piss.
pee. Like every time I sit down, it's like a learned thing.
It's like a Pavlov's dog.
I was so excited to get home as a kid to like play the new Mortal Kombat and see.
But
I used to love
my jeans, and then I'd pop in the new game.
Yeah, like renting a game to see if I liked it.
Yeah,
and then but like that anticipation, like just have to pee every time I play a new game now.
Also, remember the idea of you're like, oh, the new Marvel's out, and then you'd go and there'd be like 30 boxes and there'd be no movie behind the boxes because they were all out.
Like, God damn it. And you look at like the returns.
Like, and they bring the new Marvel back. They're like, no, dude, they didn't bring the new Marvel back. You can go check out some old films. There's a whole sleeve of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies over there. You're like,
or you'd call and you get like the one dickhead who like wouldn't tell you. Is like, do you have any there? And he's like, you have to come in and see. Like, I'm asking you right now. And he's like, well, maybe.
Dude, I will come down there, but Jesus H.
I'm coming down anyway.
And then you knew it was the beginning of the end. And you and I think half of our DVD collections were from these stores. But it was the beginning of the end when they were like, all of a sudden they're selling like 3 for $20. And you're like, oh, you guys are going out of business soon. Like, you're not putting up this much stuff to.
And they see that bookshelf right there. It wasn't that exact one, but I had 2 of those full of DVDs.
Yeah.
Now I think I got like 8 left, or like a dozen left that I probably couldn't find again.
Yeah, I don't know what I did with them. I have a few in this Dragon's Lair, like more for display. I have like the 4 Scream movies. I got a bunch of Star Wars, and like that's it.
I got my original
somewhere.
I got my original copy of Spinal Tap, Army of Darkness, The Professional.
Oh, those are all good.
My copy of Dolomite. Spinal Tap. Did I say Spinal Tap already?
Yep.
King of Kong.
Nice.
The Warriors.
Oh, good.
And Ken Burns Baseball. I don't know why I kept that. But I do have that.
Ken Burns. Oh, yeah. the way we started the episode. We went to high school with Glenn Close's
nephew,
and we went to school with Ken Burns' daughter,
who is herself a documentary filmmaker now.
How do you like that?
Yeah.
How do you like us?
How do you like us? Fancy pants. And the same high school attended by Judd Nelson of the Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Suck on that, everybody else.
Yeah. What do you know about it?
Nothing. I got a live response / review from one of the latest horror movies that's in theaters right now. The film Bring Her Back.
Yes, everyone is like telling me to see this.
Is in theaters. Is the directors that did Talk to Me, which you and I both loved. We did a standalone on that, I believe.
We did, yeah.
So Talk to Me. Their follow-up is called Bring Her Back. Stiz, friend of the show, who's been on this program before. Stiz just saw it. His 6-word response. Holy fucking shit, that was dark.
So that the one thing I've heard about it is like it's pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I think that was like 5th this week at the box office. Lilo and Stitch, people going hog wild for Lilo and Stitch. They can't get enough.
Who got that in the movie draft?
Not me.
I think I did.
Yeah, then you're doing all right. At least money wise, it's gonna make all the money possible. All right, Rod, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. Those are all the things coming out on Netflix. Out of that group, which of the things are you most excited for?
I think I'm more probably Stranger Things.
Same.
And I'd say Frankenstein.
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 Also Frankenstein. Our next episode, we're going to do summer TV preview. All the big shows coming out this month, June through August. We'll get to those. Plus, we will give you a review of Tires Season 1. As Tires Season 2 comes out this week. But in the meantime, Ryan, stay curious.
The Hashtag Dork Podcast.